Yeah. Hello, everyone. Let me know just when you join. I've got Ella here today. We've got lots of changes going on now. And we've been getting a lot of messages, questions, and so on. So we are here to answer as much as we know we can. And also to let you know what is changing. So if you're on this live, please just let me know in the comments and let me know where you're watching from before we dive right into today's video. So I've got Ella here. She's going to introduce herself to you. I know a lot of you know Ella. Of course, I'm Fajira. We talk about UK immigration updates on our platforms. So I'm sure a lot of you already know us. So just leave the comment section very busy. Oh, I can see Otoba, Charity, John Eke. And one thing I'm going to do tonight, if you want to join us on this live, I'm going to leave the link in the comments. Ella, that's what we are doing, right? So people can come in and air out, and we are just here to to discuss. Hi, John. Hi, Ayo Wilson. Hi, David. Yeah, thanks for joining. And if you want to join the live, I'm just copying the link now. I'll drop it in the comments, so you can click on the comment and join us live. Tonight is a free section. Hello. From Wolverhampton. Good to know. Good to know. So I've got Ella on my platform today. Ella is also a content creator, and you know Ella. I'm sure some of you that have been following me will know Ella. So Ella, please introduce yourself to my beautiful audience watching you right now.
Hi guys, my name is Stella, also known as Ella. So I'm also a UK-based content creator, and this is my first live ever. Like, I've never been live. So,
I've dragged you out today.
so this is my first. So, but it's nice to be here. But then I'm not seeing people's name. I'm still, trying how this.
Can you see the chat section, Ella? I think you should be able to see the chat.
Okay, so if I click on the chat section.
Click on the chat section. I can see October, and I can see Nkem. Nkem is watching from Wolverhampton. Okay. Oh no, Derek is in Wolverhampton. Yeah, Monica is in Kenya. Toshiko is in Nigeria. So we've got lots of people watching us right now. Can you see the comments? Yeah.
I cannot see the comment. I
can add any of the comment to the screen. Can you see on the screen?
Yeah, now I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see? Okay, so what I will do, I'll be adding the comments to the screen. So guys, feel free to ask your questions as much as you can. We're just here for a few minutes. I had to drag Ella to come out on live today because we've been receiving a lot of questions, especially when it comes to UK immigration updates. And we both create content on UK immigration. She's got updates. I used to get updates as well, and we are here to share some with you. So I'm seeing it. I think Marisa is watching from Barbados, which is very good. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. Oliver from Cameroon. Oh, that's nice. Oh, Southport. I've got October from Southport. That's Charity is watching from Southport, which is very good. So thank you very much for joining. So Ella, with the ongoing situation in the UK, what do you think?
To be honest, for me, I just feel like, we just need to go with the flow. One thing is good news for people already in the UK, because a lot of people like, oh, thank God now they've got better chances of getting jobs, things like that. But then people outside the UK will be like, it will be so tough, it will be difficult.
Frustrated, kind of.
Yeah, it will be difficult for them to get jobs.
Yeah.
Now with what's happening. But then again, healthcare job is not the only job, because what they said was like the major change or major update is on care work and worker visa and band 3 staffs. But you can also go on UK government website. You see other jobs with visa sponsorship that nothing has changed. Do you understand? The major changes is on care that everybody's just, worried. Even the care job is difficult now to get, to be honest. So personally, I feel like it's time for people to start, considering other opportunities. And at the end of the day, not just the UK itself. If we want to talk about, like, or if we want to even mention that it's not just the UK, you guys can also try other countries.
Yes, other countries, yeah.
And there's something I noticed. So many persons, like people in the UK or outside the UK, you guys need to start looking into construction. Honestly speaking, construction is something you guys need to start looking into. There's so many sponsorship going on construction.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I can you see the comment from Mr. Ben that this Fajira concept helped me a lot in my
Yeah,
journey to the UK. Wow, thank you very much. I'm glad you finally made it to the UK. Making it to the UK this time is kind of really frustrating for a lot of people, but
yeah,
I'm glad you're here. Thanks, Ben. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Now, from my experience in the UK, like I would always say, one of the
mm,
things I try to encourage people a lot is that do not panic, especially when it comes to new rules, because
yeah,
at some point you're definitely going to benefit from it. Ella, you've been here for a long time. I have been here,
yeah,
I think by October this year it's going to be 14 years, so you
mm,
can imagine how many changes.
yeah.
You can
This I think my 7th year by
your 7th year, so that's a long time. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm dropping this link just in case you want to join us on this live. Use this link to join us. Yeah, use this link to join us. I've just dropped it in the comment section. Feel free to come join us and also air out your opinion. So Ella, one of the things that have changed now that I'm very excited about is the UK government trying to sort out people,
Mhm.
especially those who have come to the UK as care workers
Yeah,
that got scammed, because I would call it scam because employers has given them jobs, giving them COS, and on
yeah,
arrival, there is no COS. So, do you think that with what the UK government is doing now is going to help? Because some people are still crying out loud to say, oh, they think employers will still want to take money from them.
yeah.
Because the UK government have said it that no employer should take any penny from any immigrant who has come here to work, especially in the care sector. And even the UK government have also said as well in that publication that the COS that will be allocated to people in that category is going to be free from home office.
Hmm.
But yeah, a lot of people are still crying out loud to say, oh, they think home office is, sorry, the employers are going to take advantage of it. What do you think? How do you think this is going to help people
Uh,
in the UK and also those overseas still thinking of moving to,
yeah. But
yeah,
I feel like those overseas trying to get healthcare job be difficult for them now, to be honest. So
yeah,
it's very frustrating. I have been trying since 2022. I know. It can be
yeah,
so frustrating. But you know what lots of people did as at 2022, some of them just entered the country on a student route. So when they now enter, it's
yeah,
easier for them to get this healthcare job, you
yeah,
know. So that's why even at some point they have to like stop, people coming in with their dependent. Because for example, if my husband should enter the country as at that time as a master student, the wife can now, hustle to get
yeah,
a job with visa sponsorship.
sponsorship,
But
yeah,
obviously they will consider people already in the UK. So that's why it was a bit difficult for people. And I think as at 2022, the rush was something else. I won't even lie. Like there was
yeah.
like it was a lot. It
But
was
at the same time, I think a lot of people actually got the opportunity to join to come to the UK. I think a
yeah,
lot of people joined like they got the opportunity to come to the UK at
yeah.
that time,
Is it
because
my
with the way things are now, things are really difficult when it comes to coming for studies. A school now is requesting that when you pay your 50% and you arrive in the UK, you pay 50% of what is left during your enrollment. Do you think this is going to actually work for a lot of people who are thinking of coming to the UK to study and also possibly switch their visas?
to be honest, it will be so difficult because I mean, if you have the money, you pay 50%, and then as soon as you enter the country, you pay. But then that's why it's important to make research. There
Yeah,
are schools that still collect, that part deposit like £4,000 or £5,000, and then
yeah,
you pay installmental. Like you don't have to pay all the money at once. There's some university that still collect, installmental payments. So that's why it's important to make this research before. I always say this, especially I live in Huddersfield Town. That university is something else. I've seen so many persons that they've, send their names to the home office that they were not able to pay up their school fees and they're in serious trouble. So these
yeah,
are you all
yeah,
need to check in honestly before coming to the UK to study. I have been on my PSCW and
yeah. Post-study work here.
mm, you've been trying to get what?
Post-study, like she's been on post-study work visa and she has been trying to get a job, I guess. Can you please specify the job you've been trying to get? Because one of the things we'll be doing here is to recommend other jobs you can start looking at from now. Because with the way the health care sector is going, things is definitely going to be tough. In as much as the UK government have said, oh, employers have to do this, do that, Remember that these employers, most of them are really interested in the monies, and they
Mm.
give it to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I even heard that even those in the UK have to pay for their COS, which is not
Yeah.
supposed to be that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not supposed to be so, because they've made it very easy for us for people to get COS. And you know this thing about COS, Ella, when I came into the UK in 2011, the COS thing was not like everywhere. Guys, please like and share this video, and I'm also dropping the link to this live in case you want to join us on live is in the chat. Kindly use the link and join us. Okay, kindly use the link and join us. We'll add you to the stage, and you can air out whatever you want to. If you've got any contribution, please use this link I'm dropping in the chat to join us, and also do like and share this video as well. So what am I trying to say, Ella? A lot has changed recently, and one of the things I would appreciate, and I want everyone watching this video is that to appreciate as well, is that the chances of getting sponsorship, in as much as it's difficult, it's better now compared to what it was
Yeah. Yeah.
10 years ago, 12 years ago. Most of us finished our masters because there was no post-study. We had to go
Yeah.
back to our countries, you know. So with the way it is now, some people, when I see them crying, I'm like, just calm down, because things are a lot better now. In as much as it's difficult for you to get, but then we didn't even know where to even look out for. We were not even aware of the register of licensed sponsors. We were
Yeah.
not aware of a lot of things that a lot of people are aware of right now. So no matter how it becomes stressful, especially for the person that said she has been trying to get a job
I
since
personally feel
2022.
like if people are looking for people already in the UK struggling to get job with visa sponsor, especially in healthcare, I always
Yeah,
encourage you to have MVQ. And then if you have a car and you think you have the strength for this domiciliary care, this I've seen so many person getting job in this domiciliary care. Like
yeah,
domiciliary care is just like last option. They'll be like, oh, you know what? I'm tired of looking for care home. I'm tired of looking for support work. You know what? Let me just use this dumb job to whole body. So now
exactly.
healthcare job is not the only job. Oh, the person say healthcare job is not the only. There are other jobs.
Jobs,
There are-
yeah,
Do you know that even you can get sponsorship in construction as a laborer? I don't know if some of you even know
yeah,
this.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is especially the men in the house, the guys in the house. You guys can, go into it. All you need is your CSC card. CSC card is just check online. You see so many. If you're in West Yorkshire, they do say you can get your CSC card in Halifax.
yeah,
It's just £150. £150, you get your CSC card. When you get that card, it's so easy. Not like it's easy to get the sponsorship, but you see lots of construction job. Now you can see why I say laborer job is because you can start from that place.
yeah,
Start from
yeah,
labor. When you're in labor, if you're doing the job, you there's a career progression. From there, you decide what you want to do. Do you want to become a traffic marshal? Do you want to become a site manager? Do you want to become a site engineer? Like a different field. But then you
yeah.
have to start from somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
Laborers are getting sponsored. So if you're a guy, like you don't even have to pay anything. I was asked to
To pay
buy
what?
it's 1,600 for a seat. Yours is cheap.
I've seen somebody paying up to 100, sorry, £10,000.
I
Yeah,
didn't say you should pay 1,600. Is even charging less. I've seen people who have paid 5K.
and still got scammed. So what you can do, report the organization. If you check in the video I posted yesterday, the UK government have said you can report even without them knowing that you've reported. Because if you're in the UK, that is supposed to be free. You're not meant to pay, because they are also getting it from
Even
the
if
home office for free. I don't know, like these people, I don't understand. Yeah,
it's
someone is
business,
watching from Zambia. Nice to have you. That is it, Dudley, watching from Zambia. So for you who have been asked to pay 1,600, please, if you can report that organization, do, and keep looking out for other organizations, because you're not meant to pay for it. So after paying, when you come here after studying, you will be on post-study work, no course. Yeah, you won't be on course if you have not got a job that is qualified to sponsor you. But once you're able to get a job that is qualified to sponsor you, that have got license, are registered to sponsor you, then you can get a COA. So Ella, we've got another one. My student visa will expire May 31st. I don't want to do post-study work. Have been looking care course, but I have not seen. will some why some are collecting money. Unfortunately, top at James. This is what the UK government is actually fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what the UK government is actually fighting to erase and remove all of these heartless employers from the system, because they are getting this US for care workers, especially those in the UK, for free. So why would they ask somebody to pay for it?
And the
So
funny part, even sometimes, even after paying, sometimes there's no job.
yeah,
And
yeah,
for me, there's this lady that came to my place of work, and she was saying this thing that her own friend, also, someone like, agencies, they come and go, that kind of a thing. Said they
yeah,
finished paying, and in less than, is it 2-3 months, the company license was revoked. So now
yeah.
you
That's what
pay,
happens.
and
Yeah,
then, so sometimes this agency that asks you to pay, don't be surprised that so many workers or staff have been reporting them because of the way they do things. And
yeah.
it's sad that maybe when you just pay your own, that's when they revoke their license. And that's why it's important to join a union in the UK, because of all of this issues going on, of COS pay and all.
Yeah,
They help. Even when you're struggling with sponsorship, they sometimes help.
help. Yeah.
Will the charity visa fee increase as well? I mean, so many things has increased, to be.
Yes, I'm dropping that video tomorrow, something like that. Yeah, the charity visa fee, when it comes to 31st of March, which is on Monday, is
Yeah,
a time that everybody look forward to, because that's when we begin to get all the new changes beginning on the 1st of April. The UK financial year, or maybe the UK tax year, is usually from the 1st of April to the 31st of March. So at that point, a lot of things changes, which we are looking forward to more changes as well now. So the charity worker visa fee will definitely change. It's not going to remain the same,
do you
because the skilled worker visa fee has been increased for both care workers and also for normal skilled workers as well. It's been increased. So the charity worker visa fee will be changed. Yeah, just to answer that question. Guys, please, you can use the link in the comments to join us if you want to join us. So let me go to the next question. Hi, Miriam from Manchester. I am currently on sponsorship, but dumb care, dumbing is it dumb care, and I want
yeah,
to switch because after my maternity, my job time wouldn't suit my baby.
yeah,
What
definitely.
other job would continue count to what other job would continue count to stay?
Any
I think
job, as
any
long
job
as
on
you are on
a
that
skilled worker visa. Yeah.
visa, any job.
Yeah. So if you are switching, let's say maybe you're switching from dumb care now to maybe you want to go into IT, provided you're on a skilled worker visa. Let's say you've spent 2 years or 3 years on the dump care, which is a skilled worker, or maybe the care worker visa, and now you're switching to IT visa or whatever, but still a skilled worker visa. The 3 years or 2 years you have stayed on the skilled worker, on the care worker visa, continues to count towards your indefinite leave to remain. So you don't have to worry about that. Any job that is qualified to sponsor you on the skilled worker visa continues to count towards your stay. But the problem is, let's say you're leaving skilled worker visa now, you're going to apply for a global talent visa or a innovator founder visa. You have to start all over again because that's a different category of visa. So
And one more thing, before you consider switching from healthcare, do not forget that if you're going into, let me just say, IT, you pay
yeah,
that, depending on how many. If you have your husband, yourself, I don't know how many. If you have one child or two child, remember that you have to pay IHSP, and IHSP has been increased. So just for you to know that, because
yeah,
if your visa is under health and care worker visa, you don't have to pay IHSP.
no, you don't
But
have.
then you are thinking of transitioning into another job that is not in
Sure.
health, just be sure that you have some money to pay for IHSP, and it's not small money; it's a lot.
And also to add to that, Ella, the skilled worker visa fee is like times is higher. Will I say about the care worker visa fee is about 4 or 5 times the fee of skilled worker visa.
It's a lot.
So let's say you're paying £200 for care worker because your visa fee is subsidized.
Yeah,
Then for a skilled worker, you're looking at 1,200 or thereabout. So it depends on
yeah.
the job code you got for the visa. But
Yeah.
just bear in mind that whatever you're doing on the care visa is, well, I say is the cheapest option. Well, I say
Kind of, kind of.
when it comes to switching. So before you switch, think about it, especially when you have a family, you have children, you have to think about it because you're going to be paying for everything. So
Um,
can one get CSC card from Nigeria? What's the full meaning of CSC?
CSC card. I've even forgotten the full meaning, to be honest, but I just know that it's what they do. They use in getting job in construction. Uh,
Okay, yeah.
the thing is that I don't know about Nigeria, but I know about here where I live. Do you understand, Kim?
Yeah.
And like I said, I live in West Yorkshire. I've seen lots of people who go to Halifax to get their CSC card. But in Nigeria, honestly, I don't know. In fact, the funny part is that when I was in Nigeria, I never worked. So I don't even know much about work, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nigerian, I don't know. I don't know if you can get that CSC card in Nigeria. Because in the UK here, you have to do like a couple of like training, you go to class. I think you can do it within 1 week. You can get the card within 1 week, go class, and then the final exam, if you pass, that's when you get the card. If you don't pass, you have to rewrite the exam again. It's not like it's hard though, don't get me wrong. I don't know, I've not done it, but based on the people that have done it, you understand, not that hard. Highest you it's just like writing jam. As soon as you're leaving the hall, you will see your result. Either you
Just like live in UK
pay.
test. You're there in the next few minutes. Your result is ready for you.
So for you, I don't know if you can get your CSC card in Nigeria. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get CSC card in Nigeria, to be honest. But
Okay, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Are you done, Ella?
Yeah. I was just know for Nigeria. I already know of UK. I don't know how they get their CSC card in Nigeria. I only know of the UK here.
Okay, just to add to that, Inke, when it comes to construction, a visa interview, if you're applying for a job or a visa with a construction, is it COS? You will have to go through an interview process. I've had consultations with those that actually did the interview. It was quite difficult because the questions they asked them are more practical questions during the visa interview. So these are things you have to know, just to know if they're actually into construction. So, but at the end of the day, one or two people have had a consultation with, they didn't pass their interview, and they didn't mention anything about the certificate, which is the CSC card or so. They just shared the visa interview questions with me, and there was nothing like that. So if you're in the UK, just like Ella said, I think it's quite easy for you to get it if you're in the UK. Yeah. So let me go to the next question. Guys, keep sending your questions, and also
like that in Nigeria, but I don't know how they do it in Nigeria, to be honest. I don't know. But then again, if you have experience in construction, you can just write a good CV and just start applying, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. I was just talking about the only reason why I say CSC card is because people in the UK, I know that's what they use in getting a job. And if you go online, you see where they write for laborer job, or if you want to do any job in construction, you see they will say CSC card. You must have a CSC card in all. CSC card is just a certification to be sure that you know what you're doing before you enter the site, because I mean it's dangerous sometimes some places. So that's yes, I had my biometric yesterday in construction.
Just to add, guys, I know you're watching this video and a lot of you are asking questions within your mind. That is the UK for me? The UK is stressful. The UK is hard. Am I going to get to a point where I will get my citizenship one day? Am I going to, those questions actually went through my mind so many years ago when I was still on the journey. And I can completely relate with what is going through your mind because I've been in that phase because of the way the rules changes. And one of the things I want to add in today's video is that if you're on the right path, just keep being on the right path. And for those who are already in the UK or still planning to come, thank God we've got lots of resources out there, and you can see how frequently the UK rules changes. And when the UK rules changes like this, it benefits a lot of people. It actually benefits a lot of people. And at the same time, you remember, not everything will work for everybody.
Definitely.
So just keep pushing. Just make sure that you're on the right path. Make sure that you don't become an overstay at any time. Make sure that instead of you to become an overstayer, just apply for
extension. There's only way, because I've seen a couple of people apply for extension and get like 6
months until you're able to sort yourself, because the most difficult thing that can happen to anybody is coming to the UK and not being able to apply for any UK visa because you've become an overstayer.
Yeah.
and you cannot work. So if you're one of those that is watching this video right now, currently looking at, oh, this has changed, that has changed, will I get to the end of this journey? Let me assure you that you can get to the end of the journey, provided you are following the right path. There are no shortcuts in the
Yeah.
UK, because even if you take that shortcut, at some point you will come back to where you were supposed to. So you're better off just following the process and let it just work for you. So someone says, yes, I had my biometrics yesterday for construction. I'm hoping to hear from the UK Home Office. Good.
So this one, he got a CO? Are you being sponsored by the construction company?
I think so. Let me see if he has dropped a message before.
That's good, to be honest, because I've seen people going into construction now. That is the new. That is the new. I don't want to say the new care job.
No, yeah, but
Because it's not like.
yeah, you need to have the experience. You need to have the experience, because if you don't have the experience, at the point you're called for an interview, if you don't know what to say, then you've lost that chance. Yeah, you've lost the chance. So I want to know our hope as international students that are in post-study work visa. Ella, do you want to enlighten us on that?
To be honest, the only hope if you're on post, if you're on that, is just for you to look for a job with visa sponsorship. To be honest, Tochuku, I don't know if you Ibe, I don't know if you're a guy or you can go into.
It sounds like a guy. Yeah, sounds like a guy.
I always tell people now, start going into construction, and you love it. It's not as hard as you guys think. It's not as hard as, to be honest. In fact, the reason why I'm saying this is because my husband he works in construction.
So yeah, you can shed some more light on that.
In construction, and he started small until he gets where he is now. So it's something you can. It's just career progression. If you want to become a site manager, I don't know how much. I know he spent money to get I don't know if it's blue card they call it.
Yeah.
But it's a process, so it's worth it. And anytime he comes back home, I ask him about the job. He says it's not even as hard as people think this construction job are. But I know that places where you're working that is so hard. And I mean, if you know your rights, you should know how you're supposed to work. And mind you, these Oyibo people, they can go for break and have their fag. You see, every minute as they are going, you need to take a coffee, go join them, relax. So hey, the entire job
you start. Have your fag break now.
So that's it. And he was. Anytime we're having conversation, he will be like, African people don't know that, this construction job is not, you can just, I know, he said, because I remember my husband telling somebody to start off being a laborer, that there's nothing wrong with it. Like, oh, yeah, that Nigerian mentality.
I know, yeah.
It's not like Pakistan. In fact, you're learning.
Exactly.
You're learning, because if you're a laborer and you're working with somebody that all these stylers, you're watching him see how he put the ties, because I mean, his handwork is a good thing. Bricklayers, do you know how much they pay them? Traffic marshals, do you know how much they pay them? If you go online, see they pay them £25 per hour.
You see?
So pay them £30 per hour. In construction, you realize that there's so many fields to explore. So this care job, to be honest, is becoming very difficult. For me, I feel like if you still want to hold on this care job, I would advise you to have your NVQ, try and get your driving license. Even if you don't have a car, get your driving license sorted. I think this will, boost or help you in that field. CSC card, yeah, construction skills certificate. Yeah.
Thanks, Ben, for that. Yeah. Thanks, Ben. Yeah. So you think that, okay, when you finish, I'll come in.
So, okay, so that is just it. So if you are still holding on to this care job, you need to have your NVQ sorted. You need, okay, I will use myself an example, because in the past, my what's it called? My CV was online, and I remember Elysium, a care company. It's not a care company; it's a support work. They contacted me. In fact, they sent me an email telling me the offer of 25,000 plus for me to work with them. And I'm telling you, Fajira, this support home is just like few minutes walk from my house. 4 minutes to walk. Because my house is, if you just turn around like this, you see the building down. In fact,
you don't need to drive down. You don't need to drive down.
My dear. But then I remember my husband saying there's no need of me going there, because where I work, I've been working there for a long time. He said, don't go because of the money, because where I work now, like they work, I tell them when I want to work. So
flexible.
They increase the pay to 25,000 plus. And what if the rota does not tally with me, because I've seen as a parent, we have got children, And that was the reason why. So that's why I always encourage people, if you have your CV, write a very good CV, have your NVQ, honestly, to give you chances. I have NVQ level 4, and this helped me. I'm using myself as an example. I've got 2 offers from different places, and I had to like bring down my CV from online. So these things will help your qualification matter plus the experience, and then add on the CV that you have driving license. I don't know if there's some. It's not as if they need this. They need your car for anything, but for some reason they just want you to just say you have that driving license or you drive. So this will help you.
A lot of care homes are looking for drivers. And when you've got that driving license, you're quick to get a job. Very easy, very smooth, without even paying for the sponsorship. So if you're in the UK or you're planning to come to the UK, one of the things you should be looking at now is to be able to drive, learn how to drive before coming to the UK, and make sure you come with your international driving license so that you can use it for 1 year. But what I usually advise people is that don't have it in mind that you want to use it for that 1 year. Use it for a few months while you're sorting out your UK driving test, because it goes so fast.
Yeah. And
So,
you don't even buy a car, Seth. Sorry, Anisha. You don't need to buy a car, just have the license.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you just have the license, because some companies have got cars as well. I don't know if you're aware of that. Some care companies, they've got cars that they give to their carers, and maybe you have to pay £100 or £200 at the end of the day. So what they do, they deduct it from the salary. They at the end of the month, they pay you what is left. So if you're one of those who is planning to come to the UK, just be looking at that. Or if you're currently in the UK, the easiest way to get a job with visa sponsorship, especially now that a lot of things are changing so fast, is for you to make sure you learn how to drive. We know that driving can be very expensive, but if you're able to sacrifice that, get your driving license, you will be the person that employers will be hunting for. You will not be hunting for jobs, because the first thing they ask, have you got a driver license? And for those that don't know, one of the selection process, especially in a care home, when you complete that form and they see that there is a section that they ask about driving, once you tick yes, you're on top of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get shortlisted for them to contact you for an interview, because some of the service users, they need people to take them out, and they don't even need to take a cab or maybe Uber all the time. And if you're a driver, then it's easier for them to and they pay you for the mileage.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this video and you're currently thinking of what next, and you came into the UK as a carer, you've been going through a lot to get a care job, please start looking at your driving, because once you start ticking that on your application form, it opens more opportunities.
Yeah.
We've got another question.
No, I think you can say something. Say my son works in construction company and he has his CSC card. They are well paid. I am asking for a friend.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you asking for a friend? You say your son works in. I don't understand the
question. I think what he's asking is about the UK employment, if they need the CSC card from Nigeria.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So he's asking for a friend, because if they need it, if they can accept the Nigeria one, then it will be easy for them to get the job.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I have not really come in contact with anybody from Nigeria, but I know that they sponsor people from Nigeria. So but I've seen a couple of people here who have gotten sponsorship in construction here in the UK. But for Nigeria, I've not have a proper a conversation with anyone to tell me, oh, this is what they ask, that kind of a thing. Because sometimes when you come across these people that got if I come across any, I like to ask questions like that. Did they ask for this? What they ask you? Stuff like that to just get information. But so far, it's just people within the UK, to be honest. I don't think I've seen anybody from outside the UK that have asked such questions, to ask them if they ask for CSC card. But I believe if you're qualified with or without CSC card, you should be able to get your sponsorship, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's from Nkem. Guys, you can use the link in the comment to join us on live, or also leave your question. Hopefully we should be able to answer it, because we'll be coming to the end very soon. Ella, with the changes with NHS.
Oh yeah.
The NHS, the changes in the NHS England. What do you think?
To be honest, I think.
What do you think?
in fact, I saw an article, somebody was complaining that the NHS England is going to turn to rubbish more, because the way before people were just rushing to NHS because Bantry can be sponsored, and now for them to say Bantry are not longer qualified until the agenda 2025
25,
be
yeah.
reviewed. And even
Yeah.
if it's being reviewed, it's still 50-50,
I can
because
see the document while you're talking. I just want to see if I can see that document. So I'll put it on
okay,
the screen. Yeah.
even if it's been reviewed, it's still 50-50, because if it's reviewed and they increase money, then it's a good news. But if it's reviewed and they did not increase it to that £25,000 per annum, they will still not be able to sponsor people. And this will make lots of people not to find it, find NHS job interesting, like to want to apply, because most people are going in there because of the sponsorship. And I've seen a couple of persons complain that NHS job is kind of hard. I've worked with NHS like long time ago, but not like for a long time. I think for a couple of, I don't know if I should I say a couple of days or weeks. Their shift pattern is not just for me. So at that time, I have to go to work 7:30. I think 7:30 or 7 o'clock. It was just too early for me, and then I just like, you know what, this job is not for me. I left. But then again, if their salary is increased, then there's hope. You can be sponsored. But I don't think people want to go into NHS now that they are not longer sponsoring, because at the end of the day, what people want is the sponsorship.
Okay. Can you see my screen sharing, Ella?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so this is from the NHS website. So it says from 9th of April 2025, the following changes will come into force. Care providers in England seeking to recruit a new worker from overseas or those switching from another visa route will have to first provide proof that they have attempted to recruit a worker resident in England. Now, the second one, the minimum salary threshold for skilled workers will increase to £12.82 per hour or £25 per annum. Now, health and education occupation, including doctors, nurses, allied health professionals, and teachers, will also see their minimum rates increase to reflect the latest national pay scales, meaning that entry-level band 3 roles will no longer meet the salary threshold.
Mm-hmm.
There are also being increased powers to case workers to refuse visa application to to the short-term student visa route where they are suspected or being not genuine. So with what is going on, I strongly think that they will review it, and there's a possibility that the code may still be on the visa code. I don't know. I think it may still be eligible because they said until the agenda is reviewed, and a lot have been panicking regarding this.
Yeah, but what they're saying is that people that are already on band 3, they are okay, because if they want to renew, there's a couple or something like that. But then again, from the 9th, they cannot be sponsored from the 9th of April until it's being reviewed.
Reviewed,
But
yeah,
the threshold will not reach, the new threshold, £25,000.
yeah. You
So
can
it's
see
on.
my screen, right, Ella?
I can see, but not very clear because it's very. I'm using my phone, so it's very
Okay,
small.
okay, that's fine. Then it's fine. If others can see, just let me know in the comment section that you can see my screen, because I'm only seeing the screen. I'm not seeing everybody. So now it says due to the what does this mean for NHS trust? For those who have been asking, this is a document from NHS website. It says due to the increase to the salary threshold after 9th April, entry level band 3 roles will no longer be eligible for international sponsorship. Employers will need to wait until the agenda for change 2025-2026 pay award is announced to determine if it will be above the 25,000 salary threshold. Those band 3 rules that require renewals on the top step point of 25,674 we meet the required skill and salary threshold and can continue to be sponsored. So for this, I think if they are able to meet the salary threshold, they can still continue to sponsor. Don't you think so, Ella?
I think so. I think so. My hearing my son's voice. I want to know.
Okay, so
Are you hearing his voice?
No, no, I'm not hearing. I'm not
Okay,
hearing. Just to let you know that Ella is a mom. I'm also a mom. My kids are making noise. They're also making noise. Yeah. So
I just wanted to confirm.
yeah. So for those who already have the COS, I think if you send in your application before the 9th,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, if you send in your application before the 9th of April, then you will be able to, your visa will be granted. But if you do it after then there's going to be a problem. So if you've got your COS already, I would advise you submit your application before then. But if you have not, just wait until the agenda is announced, is reviewed and announced, and I'm sure we'll definitely get an update for that and we'll
And
share with you.
I want to chip in. If your care company have the license to sponsor, but because UK government later changed it to 23,200, you're not able to meet up. Don't forget that from 1st of April, UK government has increased the hourly pay. So meaning they will reach the threshold from the 1st of April, but then from the 9th of April, it has been increased to 25,000 pounds. So what some care companies are doing, that they are collecting applications now to
Yeah,
apply for their workers from the first, because they will get that, the threshold of 23,000, they'll meet up to the 23,200 threshold because of the increase in salary every 1st of
yeah,
April. So
yeah,
if your company, promise you, it's time for you to start, talk to them, remind them, because from the night, to be honest, I feel like it'll be a bit difficult. And that's why I always encourage people, because I mean, if you're a senior, you should be able to, not all seniors get up to 25,000 pounds, but then at least there's hope for
yeah,
you to
yeah,
get,
yeah, yeah.
because not all care company pay up to that 25,000
No,
pounds.
no.
Yeah. So it's just time for you to start reminding them, because from the night it'll be a bit, and some of these care homes, they don't want to increase salary. They
Mm-hmm.
want to,
Especially when they are paying close to the amount.
yeah,
If there's that minimum wage, I don't think they will want to add anything to it.
they
And
don't
one
want.
of the reasons why people really want to go for the band three is because they want to add their dependents to their visa.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now everything is just everyday changing. Welcome to UK.
Yeah.
Welcome to UK. Everyday
So
update.
before we come to the end of this live, Ella, what are the job sites? I know you work as a care assistant, yeah? So which job sites do you think our viewers can sleep on to be able to secure these jobs? Especially now that the UK government have said the employers should look out for those in the UK first before looking outside the UK. Which job sites do you think will work
To be
better
honest,
for?
like the normal regular work. Oh God.
Indeed, total jobs. Do you think they've got lots of jobs with
Yeah,
visa?
I feel like normal regular job, but then again, there's nothing wrong with you asking questions. For example, if you go to work, ask people, ask questions. See, this question go a long way. Oh. People, if you ask questions, it will help you so much. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. And sometimes, if you check online and you see a particular company that sponsor, maybe they tell you, oh, they will not sponsor you now because they've stopped. Still apply. The chances is because they want to, get to know you before they will start saying, oh, they will sponsor you, that kind of a thing. But obviously, indeed, that's the normal place people get jobs these days. That's where people apply for job. But then again, you go on the UK government website,
Websites,
you
yeah.
check, you see so many care homes, care agencies that have license to sponsor on gov.uk. So from there, you can still apply for jobs.
Also
So
to add to that, find a job as well. Find a job on Gov websites as well. Find a
yeah,
job. Yeah, you can see a lot of job with visa sponsorship and also Azuna. Azuna is not really popular like that, but
yeah,
people actually do get jobs from Azuna, from
yeah.
Reeds as well. Yeah. So people get job from Reeds with visa sponsorship. So you should start looking at those job sites. And to be honest, I'm sure the more you look, at some point you definitely get one that would sponsor you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
have
easy.
you
You have to
sorry?
keep going. I say it's not easy, but you just have to keep going.
Keep going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Ella, have you got any final word for our viewers and our
I
audience here?
don't have much to say, but I just want to tell you that I know it's not easy. It's
Yeah,
not easy, but trust me, if you're watching this video, I will say this again. Do not just depend on healthcare job. I like to say
yeah.
this because I
And your
am a
experience.
worker. I am a support worker. But then again, the reason why I do this at the time, it helped me a lot. So I do 3 nights, and as a mom, I know I have time for my kids and all of that because my
Yeah.
husband is more of the working, but because I'm the one on sponsorship, I
Yeah.
would, if you're watching this video, if care job is not, I'm not saying you should just abandon care job.
No.
I tell you explore, like check on the government website. There are other job opportunity that will give you sponsorship. You
Yeah.
be- there's a lady I interviewed one time. She's a carer, and she applied. She got tired, and she was lucky to get a job as in IT in tech.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, if you're here for your masters, still explore. Care job is not the only job in the UK. But I know that, at the time there was a time care job is everywhere. People are getting it. People are getting it. But now it's becoming, it's becoming a bit difficult for
A
some
bit
persons.
difficult. Yeah. Yeah.
And they also check qualification. The care job now is becoming difficult. If you don't have MVQ, they'll rather go for someone that have the MVQ, that have the
Yeah.
experience, someone that just, that don't have the qualification or experience. So these are things you all need to check. Life is not easy, but you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing. You not pay all that money to come here to study, and at the end of the day, go back.
Yeah.
Instead, try, do the care job, make the money, try other job, go on gov.uk, go there, search, check the kind of job you can do. You can be a manager and
Yeah.
get sponsored. You
Yes,
can.
care management.
I also
There's a role for care management. Yeah.
took an offer in Durham, but we're like, is it because of I got a job as deputy manager in Durham? But I was like, I cannot leave this town that I've lived here for how many years to go to Durham because of I want to become a deputy manager. I was not able to, because, and I mean, if I go there, I'll meet new life entirely. So how would
Yeah.
I my children, childcare? I don't have friends, I don't have family. I rather stay here. And this place I am now, I mean, my company sponsor me. I don't have any issue. So why should I move? What I am trying to say is that upgrade, like upskill. Get
Yeah.
some UK like qualification. They like you see that certification, they love it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it will help you. It will help you a lot. And try to make research. Don't go, and I've seen people pay 1,500 to get MVQ level 3 or 4.
No,
It's too much.
that's a
I
lot.
Yeah. And when she told me she paid 1,500, I said this is too much. I paid £800. And if you have lived in the UK 3, 4 years, you should get the one you get for free. I got my MVQ level 2 for free.
Yeah.
But these are things you should also check. If you want to pay to get your level 4, research. You don't pay too much money. At least pay 800, 900, but don't pay up to 1,500. Honestly, it's too much. So this is just what you all need to do. It's not easy, but you will get there with time. I know
Yeah.
it's not easy. So yeah,
No, it's never easy, especially with the regular changes. And
yeah,
like I would always say that when changes like this happens, it favors a lot of people, and at the same time, it doesn't favor some people.
yeah.
But what we have to do is just to keep pushing and doing the right thing at the right time. Someone is asking this month, so the course is actually free. It's
Yeah.
actually free for those now from the new rules.
It
I
has always
uploaded a
been
video.
free. It has always been free.
No, when the home office allocates, sorry, when the employers allocate, they pay a certain amount.
Yes, they
Yeah,
pay.
but now the UK government have said that on when they're allocating for care workers who are currently in the UK that have got their licenses revoked, that they are not going to pay that, that checkout fee. The
Okay.
allocation fee. The UK government has said they are not going to do that.
When he say it's free, is he trying to ask like if he's meant to pay for his CO? Because I didn't pay for my employer did
No,
all
you
of that.
don't pay. It's the
Yeah,
employer's right. It's the employer's responsibility to pay
yeah,
for
that's what
that.
I said. It's
But
free.
a lot of
But,
employers
but,
have passed those responsibilities
but
to employees.
yes,
This
that's
is
just
what the UK government is tackling.
yeah. If your employer say you should pay and you think you really need the COS, then I mean, who am I to tell you not to pay? Who
You
am I
need
to
to check yourself, because for people, some people will say, I can't pay, and the other person is there holding their money to pay. That's why these employers are like this, because
Yeah.
one person will say, I'm not paying, the other person is paying. So
That's
sometimes it's good for everybody to say, we can't pay for this
mhm,
thing. And when everyone is speaking one language, there is no way they will be able to collect money from anyone. But
yeah.
it's meant to be free, because what happens during recruitment, the organization is looking for an employee, right? So they have to pay everything to get that employee on board, not to
Yeah.
make an employee pay for what they are meant to pay for to home office. But now the Home Office, like the new rules have said that the Home Office have said for those who are in the UK who have got their licenses revoked, they are removing that part. The employers are not going to pay, but trust me, some employers will still pay. Oh, sorry, the employers are not going to pay, but some employers will still take money from employees.
Yes,
It's
yes.
even them. That's why you have to read. Once you see any new rules, make sure you're reading.
But the problem is that why some of these employers pay, because I mean, some of them are desperate, or some of them they just have like humans to leave the UK. They'll be like, you know what, let me just pay this money. That's why
I
some
know employees. Yeah, I understand. And if you're in that shoe as well, you want to, especially when you have the money. It's very unfortunate, but just to add to what Ella have said, never give up. The UK has a process that I think if you go through that process in a good way, without trying to cut corners, because a lot of people who have landed in jail, they've got problems today, is because they were trying to cut corners. But if you go through the UK process step by step, and you get to your destination, trust me, you won't have any issues. At the end of the day, you will be on the right path. You will get your documents, you get your indefinite leave to remain, you will get your British passport. Now, for those who have been asking about the 5 years that leads to indefinite to remain, the 5 years that leads to, indefinite leave to remain, if the UK government have done any changes regarding that, at the moment, I don't know, Ella, if you've seen any document like that. I haven't seen any documents to say they have
no,
changed it. Yeah, because a lot are still panicking because of the chemist news and all of that.
yeah. They've not like officially like she's just saying, to be honest. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I just hope she doesn't. Anyway, let's see if she's going to be the new
Yeah.
prime.
The only one I know is the asylum seekers that has been passed already on the 10th of February. That once you came as you seek asylum any which way, you are not entitled to get a British passport, but you can get your indefinite leave to remain. That one has been passed already, and one of the applicants has already sued Home Office. So we are waiting for the outcome. Let's see if that new rules will be changed. So it will be dependent on the outcome of whatever the courts have said regarding the case. It's still ongoing. I've not got any updates. So don't panic about that yet. If you came as a carer, for those who came in 2022, of course, you've got like 2 years and a half or so to get to your indefinite leave to remain. Just keep pushing and make sure that you don't become overstay at any time. So as we progress, every other changes, trust me, and Ella will definitely come and share with you on this platform. So thank you very much for joining us, guys. And I hope you find this video helpful. Like, share with your friends and loved ones. And hopefully, Ella, I think we'll be coming live once a week, maybe on my platform or on your own platform. If you're not following Ella, Ella is just Ella's fam. I'm going to leave a link so you can also subscribe to her channel. I'll be on her channel hopefully by next week for us to discuss other further changes that are going to begin from next week. So thank you guys for joining, and see you in our next live.
See you guys. Thank you so much, Fajira, for having me here.
Thank you. Thank you, Ella. Yeah, good night, everyone. Thank you. Bye.